Welcome back to Tomcat TV. Today we will be watching the Orville New Horizons, which is season 3 of the Orville. This will be episode 5. It's called A Tale of Two Topas. And Topa, I think, from what I remember, is a child Moclan, the species that was, at least traditionally, all male to a point. And I think, what happened to the Topa? Did they transition to Topa, or did they actually, was the Topa allowed to remain female? I cannot remember. That being said, I'm sure I will be reminded. I am excited to get into this. I always did find the story of the Moclans and the Topas and everything as far as their political system very fascinating. The political and religious system, I always found it very interesting. I really enjoy the episodes that are centered around them. I am ready to get into this though, but before I do want to go ahead and mention W, of course. W is a zero sugar clean energy drink that I have been drinking, and actually they have a caffeine-free version that is, I guess, purely for hydration purposes. W keeps you awake and focused comfortably, while also being made in the US of A, which is pretty stinking sweet if I do say so myself. Use code TOMCAT at checkout for 10% off and start saving on your beverage purchases today. Link in the description below. So I really am excited to get into this, and if you would like to get early access to any future Orville episodes or reactions to any other shows and movies that I might do in the future, thank you so much for watching. Let's get straight into it.
It's for Anaya. If I do see her again, they might be something she'd want to read. Since I'm missing her life now, she can go back in time. I feel like I was there.
It's so sweet.
After all these years, you're still able to surprise me.
I couldn't imagine that. I know I keep coming back to that, but I really couldn't imagine that.
To our scans, this thing is rigged to kill anyone who tries to open it.
Well, so how do we breach it?
Sweet. So what type of protocols are involved there? Is it shooting? Is it crushing? What is it?
It is now safe to proceed.
You, got a little something right there.
I feel like it'd be kind of funny if he's like, something like that. He's like, right here? No, the other side. You're right. Whoa. Which treasure doesn't mean anything to them in this universe, right? As I say, we've evolved beyond that, I guess, or something. I know Star Trek did the same thing. Not realistic, but, you know, it's fun. It's make-believe.
The end of a 12-hour shift, so if you're good here, I'm gonna take off.
No problem. We'll see you in the morning.
Anyone who knows, who's ever done a 12-hour shift, you want to kill yourself by the end of that. It's terrible. I hate it so freaking much.
Return fire! Sir, the K-Line have disabled our forward targeting scanner.
So I'm assuming that's Bortus's kid, right? Doing a good job carrying himself, like a Moclan. Oh, jeez.
Commander,
Topa, am I interrupting?
no. I've exceeded my allotted time.
But the fact that you're challenging yourself like this shows the right initiative. Find a couple days this coming week, and as long as it's all general clearance, you can shadow me. Get a sense of what service entails.
That is something that's kind of cool. The idea of like Starfleet, like the Enterprise or the Orville, is the idea of families being on board, or at least their kids being on board with them, is they can kind of get that first-hand. I mean, it's dangerous for sure. I mean, I don't know if I would ever take my kids on something like that, just because even if it's a hell of an opportunity, it's still super dangerous. It's just really cool for them to be able to get that experience, and for them to be able, they would be able to see that stuff firsthand and decide whether that's something that they're interested in doing. And then also be able to get such really, really good experience in those fields.
Good morning, Commander.
Good morning, Lieutenant. Also,
I think they
so
do a
many
good
different
job on this
species
show
working
too,
on the same ship.
alien creature design.
Occasional-
What?
Oh, yeah. Talk to him.
He insists he's within his rights.
You ever hear of a dress code?
Lieutenant Boulevard.
To wear clothing on the first day of the month is considered an affront to the work of the Spirit Lord. I have explained this to Lieutenant Biggins.
Listen,
Maybe that should just
you
be the
must
day
know-
off.
What do you suggest?
Put some pants on and we'll call it a day.
Like, no, my thought process is anyone who has those types of religious proclivities or feelings or opinions, I feel like they would need to just have that day off.
By the way, hope you don't mind. Topa's shadow.
I mean, that's still frustrating, but I think that for anybody who has to work, but I think you'd have to.
Good one, Commander. Hey, I just want you to know, we always enjoy your visits down here.
Thanks, Yaphet.
I wonder what they're going to do with Yaphet once they no longer have Norm Macdonald's voice, or if they're going to have somebody else voice him.
What about you? Why do you want to join?
Ever since I was a young child, I have always felt incomplete. I am not happy.
You don't sleep well.
How's Isaac doing?
As far as I can see, remarkably well. Ever since the suicide attempt, the crew's softened a little toward him. Power of compassion.
Even Charlie?
Guilt, really? Yeah, even Charlie. No.
Hi, Commander.
Hey,
Seems like Charlie's just hiding it better.
No, we were
at
just
this
wrapping
point.
up.
he is, and the person he was, are gonna collide with each other. When he tells me this stuff, I feel like a horrible person.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm lying to him with my silence.
Time to talk to Bortus.
Yeah, and that's the thing, is you can't do any of this without talking to the parents. I mean, and Bortus is the one who didn't want to do that. Who didn't want to do that to their kid. I've also
Yes.
really enjoyed kind of the conflict between Clyden
guys.
and Bortus.
Commander,
I understand that it's inappropriate within your culture for me to bring this up, but
It
have
has
you
to be
two ever
brought up.
discussed telling Topa?
how dare you enter our home and... Clyden!
Probably should have talked to Bortus first.
This kid is unhappy.
All children are unhappy. He will outgrow it.
I don't
Not
want to betray his confidence if he
true.
hasn't said it.
You may go now.
Wasn't it Clyden?
Clyden, no!
Was Clyden one that was transitioned as
She
one?
is a female. It is insignificant compared to the struggle he would face if he were to learn the truth. It occurs to me.
How about it would have been like better just to like let him grow up, let her grow how she should have.
I love him with all my heart. Do you? Of course I do. Then listen to me.
Sometimes you gotta sleep in the bed that you can't lie to your kid. See, and that's my thing is, I understand a lot of people have differing opinions, like, oh, stupid, you'll always lie to your kid at some point. No, I mean, especially if you like
Hey, there you are.
subscribe to like or
I
believe
am sorry.
in
Punctuality.
the Kantian
For union officer.
the Kantian
Will not be able to
belief
continue the
that
training.
lying is wrong 100% of the time, which I do believe, then it's wrong to lie to your kid.
He has told me that if I wish to resume, I can ask the captain, but not you.
Topa,
I mean, with all the technology they have, is it possible that
this
they
hurts me
could
more than you can possibly.
fix it? I mean,
As much as I hate his answer, he's your father.
because there is only so
Hey there,
much
Topa.
you could do. I mean, really.
Oh, you don't have to call me sir.
I really don't blame her at all.
Hello, Topa.
Oh,
Isaac.
is Isaac gonna tell him?
What is it like
Tell her?
to be dead?
It is the opposite of
Bro.
being alive.
I was just curious.
Is Isaac gonna reveal it? I hope that he does. That's not good. That's terrifying.
That a visit to a crew member's quarters during off-duty hours can invite speculation regarding intent. If you wish, I will send a shipwide communique assuring
Oh
the
my
crew
gosh,
that this was
dude,
not a
calm
romantic
down.
or sexual encounter. Topa came to the astrophysics lab to speak with me. He wished to know what it was like to be dead.
Not good.
What else?
I'm glad Isaac's at least
Unhappy to
is intuitive to understand what that means.
You're still technically obeying your father. I just wanted to see
Clyden's such a douche. There are a lot of parents like that, though. I mean, like,
if there's ever anything you
they
need.
get so worked up over one
Just as a
thing
friend.
that they get such a tunnel vision, they can't see anything else.
Sometimes when I'm feeling low, or just a little unsure of myself, I have a slice of kimbap.
Kimbap. Is it a HULU program?
There is one file, designation Kimbok 33, dated standards.
That's smart. Letting her figure it out for herself. Gamashka 488. Gamashka 488. What's fun about these shows? You just come up with made up words and pretend it means something. I can't tell how I feel because she needs to know, but also Haley probably shouldn't have done that. I don't know. It's what I love about this show and I love about Star Trek.
It's your own fault.
I know that. I just... He said he had another human friend who could tolerate it.
I've never met a single human who could eat a Bolivian tart without some kind of horrible allergic reaction.
Well, I won't do it again.
For God's sake, you're a grown man. You should know better.
It just looked super tasty.
I need you to tell me if I've done a bad thing.
Oh boy. Don't admit to it. You don't need somebody to, like... You need plausible deniability from these people.
Was I born female?
Boom. Panic stricken. Do you see that?
Of course not!
Liar.
Was I born female?
Yes.
You have been lying to me.
How's a kid supposed to trust you?
My entire life has been a lie.
No!
Yeah.
Topa, you were born malformed. It is true.
Malformed.
I am sorry.
You have taught me that to be female is an aberration of nature.
Mockless is an imperfect society. What is taught... Boris, you can... Quiet, you will be silent! For everything that you are and were.
Jeez. What is with... Calm down. Like, he literally is saying the right thing. Oh, F.
Come in.
How dare you!
Is there something I can do for you, Clyden?
I love that.
My son was content!
Your son was miserable! You
And contemplating suicide.
Pin this bullshit on me!
Played God with my family!
I played God?
Save your
Clyden,
kids.
that kid has been crying out for help, and you've been burying your fat head in the sand because the truth doesn't fit in with your backward worldview. I'm gonna use my imagination and pretend that didn't just happen.
I'm curious what Borders will think about this if he hears of this interaction. I'm sure he'll be like, yeah, I deserved it. I'm glad she did. So who, she said she didn't send the password. Who did? Borders. Did Borders send it? Huh.
I'm so sorry I caused this.
Borders, I think Borders is at least somewhat happy it happened.
You are not responsible.
I was the one who led him to the Kimbok file.
I gave him
the password.
Yep. You're a good man. What? Good Mocklan.
It happened in the moment. It was not premeditated. I do not know how to help him.
I mean, Borders is an innocent for the most part in this. I mean, he's tried to do his best. He didn't want Topa to be transitioned as a child, as a baby. He wanted to be honest with her. And he didn't want, I don't know. And he, as soon as he had the opportunity, he took the chance to be honest. And to explain to his child that he'll love her.
How's the patient?
No matter what.
But however you choose to process this, I'm on your side.
Oh, okay.
Her face appears so wise.
My parents made the choice to allow me to remain female. They believed that to have me altered would be an offense to nature. As a woman without regret. I am happy.
Wants to...
I am female.
This is preposterous. Do you have any idea what you are suggesting?
Bortus, what do you think?
That Commander Grayson is correct.
She wants her physical body to represent its origins.
And obviously that's possible.
It is possible, yes. And very
Thank
simple.
goodness.
You are
Thank
a
goodness.
doctor. You must realize that Topa is too young to make this decision.
Are you hearing yourself? Seriously, are you completely oblivious to the
seriously.
hypocrisy of what you just said?
He is an adolescent.
She was a baby!
Doctor.
A baby that couldn't even vocalize its objection.
Risk.
Under normal circumstances, I couldn't do what's being asked until the child reached adulthood. But to
Amen.
be blunt, Topa's history makes it all awash. It's impactful either way. So in my professional opinion, the tipping factor should be the wishes of Topa herself.
I am his father!
And so is Bortus.
I love how fierce she is in this matter. And Ed's sitting back and he's doing good at being the even-tempered one.
If you do this, I will leave you.
You gonna try to stab him again?
And I will not even give you the dignity of the sword.
Good. Screw you.
You should know that this is not something we take lightly.
Oh, yeah. The political aspect of it, right?
The Kalon waiting at our doorstep, we just can't take the risk. Therefore, Dr. Finn, it is my unhappy duty to order you not to perform this procedure.
It is not fair.
No, it is not.
I'm really worried this is going to end in an attempted suicide or something.
If I can ask, how's Topa?
Not good.
What if I resign my commission? Admiral Holland says that a fleet medical officer can't do the procedure. Fine. Then I won't be a fleet officer.
Claire, that's...
Whoa. Whoa.
Every member of the crew would have to be able to claim honestly, under oath, that they did not aid or witness the procedure.
Claire, are you sure you really want to do this? You'd be saying goodbye to the Orville.
We're talking about Topa's life. I think it's a fair trade.
I am not a Union officer.
What?
I have never been commissioned. That designation has never been altered.
Hey, and they're already at war with with the Kalon, so...
You? Isaac, you're not a doctor.
Not a doctor.
I'm pleased to inform you there will be a very special performance this evening in the shuttle bay. Commander Bortus also happens to be a very gifted singer. He is not thus...
Damn.
That's awesome.
You're a hot ticket, Bortus.
I will be sure to bring my... What does Lieutenant Malloy call it?
A-game.
My A-game.
There you go, buddy.
That's so funny. Yeah, I mean, honestly, everybody would be pretty pumped for that. We need to have Patrick Stewart on this. I took piano lessons. I know how to play. I'm not very good. I never really practiced. I tell you something fun to play is the Pink Panther theme, though. I could play the first part of it. Da-dum, 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 da-dum.
Thanks.
That
key
I never
is too
understood
high.
that. Oh, damn. I've never understood this. What's the point of that? It's supposed to be posture, poise. I don't know. You know what's really cool about the show? Another thing, because there's a lot of things that are really cool about the show, is I legitimately thought they were going to leave Topa unhelped, I guess, but not helped in this episode. I was like, man, this is going to be a downer. But they're helping her, which is great. I'm a little concerned, though, that freaking Clyden's going to be a douche. That is his natural state.
Topa will come with me at once. Get out of my way, Kalon.
I am afraid that will not be possible. I will not permit you to disrupt the procedure.
I forbid you to do this. You will destroy him.
That is inaccurate. He will be altered physically, but he will remain a fully functioning biological organism.
He will be a monstrosity.
That is also
You're a
inaccurate.
monster.
I surmise your capacity to reason has been compromised by your cultural indoctrination.
Yeah, what are you gonna do to Isaac, you idiot? Isaac, be careful not to harm him. What a great scene. What a great scene. Performed perfectly by everybody involved. The kid, Isaac, Clyden, everybody did a great job. Isaac did just as much force as he needed to, basically just to prove, look, you can't do anything about this. I like how Isaac's just so matter of fact. I surmise that you are incapable of reason due to your cultural indoctrination. I think it's cool too because you could totally, like, there's definitely a difference. It's fairly subtle, but there's definitely a difference. You see it kind of in the eyes, the jawline. Can't wait to hear her voice. Is that going to be different?
A message from Admiral Howland. She's arrived aboard the Newton. She'd like to meet with you and Commander Grayson in your office.
Oh boy.
My crystal clear orders were blatantly disobeyed. You seem to think that your personal judgment is more sound than the judgment of the entire Union Council. That is a staggering...
Kinda is.
We were unaware the procedure was occurring, sir.
Oh, then that makes you insubordinate and incompetent, doesn't it?
How is it insubordinate?
They've decided that the time is not right to withdraw their Union membership.
Of course.
In addition, the fact that a Kalon performed the procedure has further heightened their resolve to restrain and vanquish the Kalon threat.
Yep. That was
Some would
really
say
smart.
That makes your action. I mean, so much as a wrinkle in your uniform or a blemish on your shoes. You are finished. Do I make myself clear?
I don't think she can do anything. They're very valuable, I feel like, at this point, especially since they're in war. They need experienced commanding officers. She did what she had to do, which was to tear him a new one. Alright, thank goodness, get out of there.
You do not have to do this. What inner fulfillment are you enjoying that is so potent? It drives you from your family.
And what type of person loves themselves so much
I love you.
that they disregard their family like that?
I wish you were never born.
What an a-hole. I know somebody like that. I mean, that is so hateful and unloving towards their family.
Listen very closely to me. You are perfect.
That's a good daddy.
TOPA's very grateful. Maybe that means something to you?
It does not. Of course. The crew is not fond of me. This is understandable. Given their affection for TOPAS,
So they just wanted to be on the
by
same...
assisting her, I could...
He wanted to be on better terms with the crew.
And maybe they'd like you a little more.
That is also possible.
Isaac?
I think partially had to do with when they keep her on board, I'm sure.
Yes, Commander?
We're about to leave orbit. I was wondering if you'd like to sit in the command chair for departure.
It's really good. I really enjoyed this episode. I know it's not quite over yet, but it's just really good. I really like Boris as a character. He's a really good character. We get rid of Clyden for now. Clyden's just freaking punk. I mean, it's sad, obviously. Like, and see, that's the thing too. You know, it's sad for both of them because they both love Clyden, and they both care about Clyden. They don't want Clyden to leave, but Clyden is super toxic. And what I like about Bortus and how he dealt with that, at least part of it, I mean, first off, the fact that he wanted to err on the side of being honest is really, really good and important. But also the fact that Clyden has a really good one. he wanted to err on the side of being honest, obviously. Let's back out of that for now. And stop that recording. He wanted to err on the side of being honest and telling the truth, but also he knew how to handle it after they did tell the truth. And after they did, you know, explain to her, you know, her origins or reveal that or whatever. He said that we love you no matter what you look like or who you are on the inside or whatever, you know. They love him no matter what, or her no matter what. And I think that's important. And also it's important, I see so many times, whether it's in real life or in movies or whatever, these spineless men or spineless spouses, even while their spouse is going off and acting like a complete psycho, just remain silent and don't get involved. But he shut that down, and he's like, look, you are not gonna do the same thing that you did all these years ago to our kid. We're gonna fix this. I'm not gonna let you do this. And I think that that was very significant. I think that's really good. The way it makes me think of is in the show Ozark. What's her name? The wife. Was it? It's not Mary, is it? What was her name? Jason Bateman's character's wife, Marty's wife. I can't remember her name. But anyways, I remember in that show, she was just always such a monster. And this character is so passive. I know people like that too. They just let their, you know, spouse just go off like she does and just like make these insane proclamations. And he just kind of let her do it and didn't try to step in or say, yeah, no, you're done talking. You'd step in and try to fix it afterwards, but I feel like it's okay to say, look, you cannot be doing this. You cannot behave like this. And it's a partnership there. You gotta make sure to step in and clear those things up and keep them from, you know, destroying your children. And I think it's really good that I did that. So I really appreciate that. Anyways, that episode was really good because it is true. It is incredible. It is very accurate. There have been many times where, it's very true. There have been a few documented times where people have transitioned children, babies, basically. There's a couple, specifically twins. It was one of the first times doing it. They just basically did it to prove they could. I think there was some sort of botched circumcision or something like that on one of the twins or something to that effect. And so they decided to go ahead and raise them as females. And this doctor basically that was trying to prove his theory on that it'd be perfectly acceptable and it would have no harmful effects, did all sorts of things to these kids, experiments, made them like perform sexual acts on each other, and it's just sickening, disturbing stuff. I think both the kids ended up committing suicide later on in life. One when I think they were fairly young, still teenagers, and the other one whenever it was revealed to them that that was done without their knowledge and consent as babies. I think they killed themselves too, or at least got into drugs and ended up overdosing or something like that. It's terrible stuff. People have to be concerned. Kids, especially babies, cannot make their own decisions. Children cannot make their own decisions. Their brain haven't fully developed. And it does some very horrific things to kids whenever you go in and you either allow them to make those decisions even though they don't know what they want. Kids, they have different opinions and different wants every 5 seconds. Kids have no idea what they want. And it's foolish as parents to believe that kids are somehow all-knowing and they know everything about their being. How many times do kids every time you go through puberty, you're very confused. You have no idea what's going on in the world. I mean, it's something to where you always have questions. You want to question your own existence, you know what I mean? Like, and who you are. I mean, I feel like that happens to a lot of people. Does that mean that every single time that type of thing happens with a kid, you're going to go in and you're going to do some sort of life-changing, procedure with them? No, it doesn't make sense to do that. It's foolish and it's downright evil. But anyways, that's my 2 cents. So I really liked that episode. I thought it was really good. I think it's great that they fixed. What they had done to Topa so many years ago, and that Topa can now live a happy life without questioning whether they are, questioning who they are. and I hope to see way more of that character, because I find it all very, very inspiring that they can, you know, reverse that, and thank goodness they can reverse it, because I mean, if it happens to kids now, I mean, in our time period, like I could say, you know, obviously set 400 years into the future, they might be able to fix something like that, but as of right now, that stuff's not fixable, and we have to be very careful what we do to our kids, because kids are the future, and if we start by killing them off or by doing dangerous procedures on them or whatever, then we're screwing ourselves. We're screwing mankind. We really are. And I know not everybody's going to agree with me on these things, but I'm saying we should not be doing these types of things to children. That's 100% something that's true. And what I love about this show is they do a good job of diving into these things. I don't feel like it's controversial that what the Macklins did to this baby was wrong. So at least is that we can all agree on that. So thank you so much for watching. I'm really happy I got to watch this episode. It was so stinking good. I definitely look forward to watching the next one, which I think, jeez, it's past 2. Maybe I could try to watch tomorrow. I don't know. Anyways, I do want to watch more. I'm not sure I will tonight, but thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.